The U.S. is threatening Ethiopia and its ally Eritrea with harsh sanctions during discussions of possible negotiations between Ethiopia and the Tigray People's Liberation Front, or TPLF. KPFA's Ann Garrison has the story.
Most people I spoke to during 9 weeks in Ethiopia expected the TPLF to attack the Ethiopian army again when the rainy season resumed and made the army's drones less effective. The rainy season has now resumed, but there's talk of negotiations between the TPLF and the government instead. However, it's difficult to see what points the two sides would be willing or able to negotiate, and the threat of more harsh U.S. sanctions hangs over Ethiopia. American photojournalist Jemal Countess, Ethiopian American journalist Sheba Tekeste, and I visited Jarra Camp for Internally Displaced Persons, where we spoke to camp resident Mergeta Yemane Mekonen.
My name is Mergeta Yemane Mekonen. I'm 59 years old, and until now I've lived in Oromia region in Jimma zone of Saka Wareda.
And what is your message to the American government?
What I want to pass on to the American government, what I want to say is, we're hearing America is putting a lot of pressure on Ethiopia, and that America is going to take actions against Ethiopia. Actions like imposing sanctions, or it may have already imposed sanctions, and we want this lifted. Ethiopia has always been a friend to America. We also hear that Ethiopian Americans who are trying to help us help the affected people in Ethiopia and speak up on our behalf may be pressured, and we want these types of actions to stop. No man is more valuable than another man, and America should stop taking the Tigray side and pitting Tigrayans against Amharas. And as God-fearing people, they should stop their actions against us. It needs to stop. And the Egyptians and the Sudanese may also be involved, but why would they want to place harm on good people, on innocent people? The hands of the cruel and the unjust have created chaos, causing the killings and the lootings. Haven't they done enough? It is enough. They should stop this destructive interventions. We want to firmly express that. We want them to remove their hands from the Ethiopian people. We want to make it very clear. The Ethiopian people at large are widely concerned about these interventions. We want to note that we want all sanctions to be stopped, and that is the message we want to give.
In a June 13 open letter to 3 African presidents and the leader of the United Arab Emirates, CC'd to the chair of the African Union's High Commission, the AU's High Representative for the Horn of Africa, the UN Secretary General, the UN Security Council, the EU Special Representative on Foreign Policy, the US Ambassador to the UN, and the US Special Envoy to the Horn of Africa, the TPLF excoriated the African Union for not taking their side in the Ethiopian conflict and demanded that the US, EU, UAE, UN, and African Union all be part of any peace negotiations. In Berkeley, for Pacifica, KPFA Radio, I'm Ann Garrison.